Tell Josh he's giddy.
Because this song's fucking sick. This song is like...
Screaming jazz. We'll have that as an intro.
This is my last band, a DIY punk band from Sheffield. We broke up at the end of 2018 and I had no idea that it would set off a domino chain that would bring us to here. Two best friends and two complete strangers coming together to make something fresh and a new style of music that I've never touched before. Pushing through some rough patches and some mild disagreements.
We don't want to put something out that we're not happy with.
You want to do like math rock or whatever, and I thought, what the f is that?
This isn't really my bag.
It's not the time, like...
They're gonna fucking panic. Okay.
I was like, no, I don't think it's what I want to do, so I bailed like 2 hours before.
We're a very different band now, and I think that's for the better.
I don't know, I just think we all get on now.
Here we are. This is Boy Problems.
In its earlier stages, there was sort of myself and Lenny.
And we were playing around just on a computer, just making music and just seeing what came out. We tried some stuff over here, some stuff over here, bit of rock, bit of pop, bit of indie. And we sort of got to the point where we were like, right, cool, let's turn this into a real band.
We met up with a guy called Scott, who was playing on guitar for a bit, and the three of us had a few practices. And we were gelling a little bit, it was getting on all right. And we were already a little bit divergent from where we originally started. We then met Josh.
Yeah, so I guess when we first started out, I hadn't really found my feet as a musician at all. I was like completely fresh out of college, didn't know what I was doing at all. Found the guys, Matt, Scott and Lenny at the time, on like just a generic Facebook musicians forum. Showed up for a jam and I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. Then showed up for a few more jams and I was like, actually, this isn't really my bag.
It was then at that point that Scott had some quite serious personal issues and needed to cut some things out of his life, so it made sense to have the band be one of those things.
We didn't really know where to go from that. Like obviously we all wanted to like carry on making music. We'd been jamming for what, like nearly a year at that point?
So me, Josh and Lenny all just sort of knocked about for about a year.
We built up a friendship basically and we wanted to just keep working on music, working on like cool stuff together.
Writing things, messing around, definitely moving away from like energetic rock in towards more mathy, more complex and generally more interesting music.
So we've made a few changes. We had me on guitar, Josh on bass, Matt on drums. We have now swapped. So Josh is on guitar and I'm on bass. We've done this for one main reason. In some of the practices where it was like, okay, our guitarist has left, let's see what new stuff that we can kind of come up with. Josh just happened to pick up a guitar, started playing these awesome kind of math rock riffs, but it's not really, it's just that kind of twinkly shit, like the Midwest emo kind of thing, that sounds awesome. Then came sort of the long haul of just this not very fun section of time where we were sort of writing music that we kind of liked but also wasn't finished because it again still didn't have vocal. We were sort of just playing around with different things and we weren't too happy with these things over here and we dropped everything from what we'd previously done and then we were doing new stuff and then we were like unsure about that and it was quite sort of stressful, I guess. And then it all sort of came together quite nicely when we met Lucy.
pedal board provided.
That, and after that bit is when it's that long.
Yeah. I like.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
You got it last time you did it.
So from the beginning,
So back when we were getting quite stressed and couldn't find a singer, one of the people that we actually got in touch with and turned us down was Lucy.
Matt messaged me, and then we and they were saying, oh, it's we want to do like math rock or whatever, and I thought, what the f is that? On the day we were supposed to meet, I was like, no, I don't think it's what I want to do, so I bailed like 2 hours before, and then like a year later, Lenny messaged me, and then we arranged to meet up and everything. And then I was like, then I'm thinking, I've got mutual friends already on Facebook with this person. I was like, why is it familiar? And it ends up being the same people.
So Lucy joining was quite an interesting experience from the get-go. I still remember like the first rehearsal we had with her, where I was the first one here and the guys were like super late, so we were just sort of sat awkwardly like trying to chat and trying to work out what we were going to do and what sort of vibe, I guess, we were going for.
We carried over a few of the songs that we'd written ourselves beforehand, just as a starting point.
We just sort of hit the ground running, really. We had a couple of tracks already worked out. We had a couple of covers that we worked on.
We wrote songs and then dropped songs and then wrote songs and then dropped songs and then wrote more songs and then dropped more songs, sort of just letting just the good stuff go to the top and getting rid of everything at the bottom.
Obviously, me and the guys had a lot of chemistry musically anyway, just from playing together for nearly 2 years at that point. And then we sort of found it pretty easy to integrate Lucy into that chemistry.
Lenny was like, yeah, we decided, we've had a chat. Do you want to join the band? And I was like, yeah, go on then. Why not?
Tons of options. That's the most boring.
Give me some roots.
You can rock like E major. Okay, so no. E sharp F. That's nice. Because they're just the two notes that you do in that chord. Yeah. We all good? I'm all good. Yeah, I'm fine, mate.
You wanna play a game? Well, let's play. You wanna talk it out, but I've got nothing to say. I never thought you'd do this to me. How could I be so wrong? All those nights I spent with you, all those things you said, were they true? Or were you just lying to me? Maybe we were never meant to be together. To tell you the truth, I can do so much better than you. Well, it's just
It was alright, eh? It was alright. So much better now we've slowed it down. What,
That'll
bitch?
do, donkey.
I thought you were reading a text.
No.
I thought you'd got a text that was like, that'll do, donkey. Like someone in the next room's like, please shut the fuck up. You're killing the vibes, man.
Shrek can never kill the vibes. Shrek makes the vibes better.
Fresh is the vibe. Fresh is the
Joe's just texted me saying he's watching Rango to nurse himself back to health.
Oh, now Rango's something that's timeless.
Rango's such a fucking good movie.
I've never seen it.
You are so missing out.
That is the one with the cartoon.
It's
right?
Johnny
Yeah,
Depp.
Johnny Depp.
And it's a western,
never
but he's a
seen it.
lizard.
I mean, I know
fucking
it
great.
roughly, but I've not watched it.
It's on Netflix and it is absolutely worth a watch. I think I've watched it like 40 times over quarantine. Just
It did seem to sort of be your comfort film.
dude, it was.
And do you know what? Good choice of comfort film, buddy.
You're goddamn right.
You are not.
I think one of the stand-up tracks for the EP is definitely Shut Up and Kiss Me.
I think once we started on Shut Up and Kiss Me, we were all like, yeah, we're getting there now.
Shut Up and Kiss Me was definitely a highlight. I'm pretty sure it was one of the first tracks that we wrote and really thought like, this is good. We're enjoying this.
I think it was like the perfect start of like how we wanted to sound.
It was a very unifying moment for us, especially when we first listened to the demo. When we had the first mix back, it was like, this fucking slaps. Like, this is good.
We played it for like the first time all the way through, and we went, do you know what? Like, this is completely different to everything that we've written so far. This is really fucking good. And I think this is the direction we want to go in. And we sort of did. That's what we did. We then, sort of every song going from there on, we were sort of had, yeah, but Shut Up and Kiss Me is the benchmark now. So since then we've written so many songs that we've dropped because they aren't good enough. Because we know the sort of the quality that we'd like to hit, and sort of Shut Up and Kiss Me is that.
That's not bad.
Let's put a guitar solo. Let's never put a guitar
Slide
solo.
guitar solo. Yeah, if there's any song that ever wanted it, is that.
Do you want me to do it all, or just up to like the chorus to see if you like it first?
Yeah, verse and chorus if that's what you want to do.
I don't know what it is with you that makes me like this. And he's just so nonchalant, but with you I really take the bait. You point out when I'm nervous, I can't look you in the eye.
like when we have to like do royalty splits, I feel like that pedal needs a cut.
That pedal
For how much it's carrying.
It carries me as a musician.
So on top of Josh writing these just great math rock, Midwest emo type guitar riffs, Josh's pedal board is something that I can't understand.
Okay, yeah. So basically, my pedal board at the minute is a bit like the mothership.
Josh being the incredibly bizarre mind that he is, with his spaceship board of pedals and breaking things down to go from insane twiddly bits to just devastating ambience.
There's just a crazy amount going on it currently.
He's using like 1400 delays, like 16 distortions, and like all these wild effects that just combine into this sort of pseudo synth sometimes, and it's just the best.
Yeah, in terms of just like finding sounds and stuff, just like whatever fits the song, whatever vibe the song feels. And I don't think I've ever like used the same effects for the same section twice. This is the tuning pedal. It tunes my guitar. Well, it doesn't actually tune my guitar. I have to turn the knobs while the tuner tells me what to do.
What happened?
I had some minor technical.
Minor technical difficulties in that you just didn't exist for a little bit.
I know you were conscious about like your bridge part, but you didn't have to go that.
I played my bridge part. The bridge part was the only fucking part I played.
I like how, the thing I liked about it when I wrote it is like how kind of gentle it is.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe if we can keep that, like maybe like a tiny element of it, and then lead everything into it where it kind of gets build up a bit.
That is still doing the same thing though. That is still us.
But also we haven't done that with any of the other songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Other than like maybe the Haystack intro, which is just not the same thing anyway. The issues that you lot seem to be having with the song aren't gonna be solved by you coming in first at the beginning.
Yeah. I feel like it just needs a smoother transition between verse and chorus section.
It needs a what, sorry?
Smoother transition. Well, we had this issue with Stuck, and we wrote a pre-chorus.
Yeah, but I don't know what we would do for the pre-chorus. I guess we would find that out by trying, but...
So we've possibly got a gig in April from one of Josh's friends.
So the launch gig in April is a pretty exciting one. It should be super fun. It's sort of like a spring breaky kind of goofy, like just a nice show to get us into things.
And I'm quite excited. Like we've been wanting to launch for ages, but there's always been stuff that's been putting us off. There's like either like personal stuff or like it's just like maybe in the lockdown, you just want the right time, and we were like kind of falling behind. Like we weren't ready with us, like we weren't set on how we sounded and how like clean it was with everything, and we wanted to get it down to T. I think mainly because I'm like new to all the music stuff, and that nobody wanted me to be like, oh my god, this is too much.
We're all about trying to make sure people are comfortable and people are confident. And that's a huge thing for me in this band. I want us all to be happy, especially with what we're doing, and I want us to enjoy our gigs and our performances.
So I think it's just sort of a nice way to like, not necessarily throw Lucy into the deep end, but in a way we're kind of throwing her into the deep end.
I think we timed it so perfectly, getting Lucy when we did, because go back about 2-3 weeks before we got Lucy involved, and there was a moment where
We, rather than practice, we just had this really honest talk for about an hour about what we wanted out of this band, and just sort of about whether or not we should actually continue with it.
we had tried genre after genre after genre. We had lost a member before we'd even become a real band.
We found it super hard to like attract and keep members and permanent vocalists, and we just didn't really end up with anything that we were super happy with.
It was just this really honest talk about what we all wanted from this band. We all really liked each other as people. And we did want to keep going.
And I don't remember what was said in that room to make us not just stop right there. But 3 years, 3 lockdowns, and a global pandemic later, we're still here. We're not going away anytime soon. How do you feel that I'm now a bassist? I've joined your tribe.
My tribe?
Yeah, as a bassist.
What's wrong with being a bassist? So now you think it's okay to be a bassist after years of slagging me off for being a bassist? You think it's so much harder to be a fucking guitarist than be a bassist? No, let me tell you something. You have created this band, right? You are the founding member of this band. You're the one who took the initiative to start this band, and you've demoted yourself to becoming a bassist because now you know how fucking important it is to have a bassist. It's not like you have to fucking stick to the fucking rhythm. You actually have to... Right, as a bassist, you now have responsibility to fucking... You have to keep the rhythm of the song. Unless you're someone like fucking Primus, who's just like... Have you ever seen that? Ever seen Primus? It's fucking mental. You have a fucking responsibility now. You can't just be sat at the front of the stage fucking about on your guitar like I've seen you do a million times. You actually have to fulfill a role. I know it's just hard for you because responsibility is not something that you're overly used to, but you've got to fucking do it now.
Okay.
So that's how I feel about you being a bassist.
I'm so sorry that I'm disappointed.
I'm glad that you have a responsibility to your band now.
I'm also glad.
Right, there we go. Fucking